What's up, everybody? Welcome back to my channel. You already know I'm Avis. My hair is sticking out. But anyway, good morning. So we're going to talk about the madness that's going on in the world today, which is madness. The George Floyd situation. Well, I'm not going to really touch base on that too much because I'm sure you have already heard about it, saw it, and whatnot of that magnitude, and all that. But he basically was the African American man that died on camera that the white officer basically murdered. It wasn't killed. He murdered him on camera while the civilians were video camera with his knee in his neck, basically on his throat, and you know. And come to find out, he was, I guess they say people are trying to say that he was targeted because he was like known like in the porn industry. That's talking about some porn industry thing. And on the industry, but he done dabbled in some porn, some type of rap. So I guess kind of locally, I don't know, but it had something to do with the store. That's how it all sparked off and started anyway. And all I can just say on the matter is that it's horrible. It didn't have to happen. It should never happen because if he's already been restrained and have handcuffs on and he's on the ground, why are there 3 officers still on him? Why did one of the motherfuckers got his knee on his neck? Why does the other fat Chinese bastard over here just looking around like he's lost? And you clearly see what's going on. But which that's his brother-in-law. Come to find out, that's his brother-in-law. So, anyways, but that whole situation was horrible. The officer who did have his knee on George Floyd's neck, did get arrested. They were just talking about what he was charged with and things of that nature. Also, in my part of the neighborhood, there are protesting as well. I'm not sure if it's for the George Floyd thing or not, but I do know they want to try to protest because this situation that happened last week, where this she's not transgender, but she's a lesbian stud. You know, she looks just like a dude, and she was jumped by 5. Everybody was African American. Everybody was black. She was jumped. Okay, if you follow me on Facebook, you will see I've been sharing everything. But anyway, she was jumped, and it's right here in my city. She was jumped by 5, and it wasn't targeted because of no sexuality thing. It was something that happened, whatever. And she went live before she did all the things she did as well. No, that's not my truck. So anyways, she was jumped by 5 black men. Mind you, she's a girl. Hair cut off, all that. Looked just like a dude, but everybody knew her neighborhood. Everybody knew she was a girl. At the end of the day, the way they beat her, they fought her like she was a straight up man. Beat her, punched her, slammed her, kicking her in the head, all this shit like that. They did that to her. The following day, well, that same night, afternoon, after all that had happened, she went live on her Facebook and she was telling about the situation. She showed her gun. She was talking about how she showed her scars. She showed everything. The next day, I saw the video of the jumping, but yeah, like all this was off her elbow because when they slammed her, into like a garbage can. So she fell back on the dumpster. And they just kicking her. These are big grown ass people. I don't give a damn after they say, oh, they're a teen. Well, these teenagers, I don't give a fuck. They being grown, so they should be charged grown. But yeah. So she made a vlog. Not a vlog. She made what am I gonna say was the vlog on Facebook. It was like an hour and something long live on Facebook, and She'll talk about the situation, how she felt, how people betray her, how people ain't loyal out here no more, how she spent time in prison so long, and she come back, people still ain't loyal, and how she thought people would have her back during the situation, and blah 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 rah rah. She talk about what she's gonna do to the people, and she said, and the people that really know her, know if she says she's gonna do that, you better believe. Spitting. You better believe it's gonna happen, and basically that's kind of basically what happened. And so the next following morning, she went back, or where she lived at, because it happened in the projects. The situation near the project, all this stuff, whatever. And she slit one of the guy's throat, and they think she stabbed him like a couple of times, maybe like 8 to 15 times. I'm not sure. And she gonna keep killing. So what's up? She's not going back to prison. She's gonna have to die. This and this and this. And she's sorry, but to her mom or whatever. But she already knows tomorrow when she leave here, which means she dies. Whatever. Because she already know the cops gonna kill her, whatever. Because what she's about to do. And because she refused to go back to prison. She murdered in prison. She murdered out here. She murdered in there. So like it's just all around just my nose right irritating me. So yeah, murderer. So she did that to the guy. One of them at least. I mean, when I first heard about it, I'm like, wow, girl, crazy. Then I heard the backstory behind it, and then I saw the fight. The fight was so brutal. And then I heard what she did to him, and then I didn't feel sorry for the guy after that. He died. I didn't feel sorry for him after that point, because the fact of the matter is, y'all jumped. It took 5 grown people to jump a girl. Why are y'all even jumping her? You couldn't do one-on-one? You can do a one-on-one, and you shouldn't be fighting a girl anyway. Even though she did act like a stud, look like a stud, whatever. Sound like one, whatever. At the end of the day, still a female. And she was small. And it's like these big ass fucking big dudes like fighting her. And like, so I guess not long after that, the cops came, and they said she was on the run or whatever, and they said the cops shot her 8 times. I'm like, wow, they basically murdered her. But I wasn't there, no one else there, but the people that was in the area, they said they didn't hear the cops say freeze, hands up, put the gun down, blah blah blah, whatever. They didn't hear nothing. They just heard the cops firing off. Then they said they didn't see her with no gun. But then they were like, she had a gun on her, and the cops like she pointed the gun at them, and they were just, she didn't shoot, she just pointed the gun at them. So the other people said, other sources, and they shot her. They shot her up. She stood by her word. They're gonna have to kill her, and they did. Now she has her family or somebody put out a GoFundMe, and it was for $24,000 for like a funeral cost and for her mother, counseling, all that, whatever. I don't feel like whatever, but now it's to $42,000. Like, at what point are you going to cut it off? Because right now, it's not about burying your daughter or burying your family member. It's about greed. Because at what point you're going to cut it off? And anyway, that's not the point. The point is, I feel that whole situation is sad, because they said the mother played a big role in it. The girl who she was dating played a big role, because she told her son to do such and such to the girl. But not only that their friends jumped into it, and so on and so forth, and that happened, and they beat her the way she did was so uncalled for. And if I was her, I would have fucked them up too, to be honest. I think she should have got all of them, because what they did to her was not called for. Anybody would want to F them up if the way that they did her. It was uncalled for. And I feel like with the cops, they shouldn't have shot her 8 times. Even though she just basically killed someone. He died later on in the hospital. He wasn't dead on the scene. He died later on in the hospital from complications or whatever. But they shouldn't have shot her 8 times, because there are so many times we have seen where, and this is just, I don't care how you may feel, may you want to unsubscribe, I don't give a shit about that, but many times we have seen on Facebook where different things that happen with white people have weapons with guns or knives or whatever, and the police still got their guns drawn, but not once did they say, or not once did they shoot, but they still compromise with the person. Put it down, put it down, put it down. You ask them so many times, even when they walk towards them sometimes. Put it down. And you don't shoot them because of the color of their skin. Let's put it out there. But when you fear, you all automatically just fear for your life because we're black. You automatically just shoot. Our skin, baby, it's not a threat. They fear us. For what? For what? It's so much. And then, like, with this looting thing, that's like blows my mind. Like, and you burn up all these buildings. What is this your neighborhood? You still gotta eat, you still gotta live and survive. Now they call out the National Guard Army for these places. They dragging innocent people out of their cars that's on their way home. And they got fired. I watched it live. They did it live on TV. The cops dragged these two people out the car. Black people out the car for no reason. And arrest them for no reason. They literally like in line, like at a light or something, and they drug them out the car. Like they surrounded them and drug them out the car. And those two cops got arrested. And I mean fired. So they say fired. And it's like so many things that's going on in this world. It's just like right now, baby, it's time for praying, because between this corona mess that's going on, which was man-made, that's going on, to the shootings and burning down buildings, and I mean just killing, and cops running over people with their trucks. That's on the news this morning. It's like, it's so much going on in this world, baby. It is time to seek God. If you ain't seek them before, you better seek them now. Because who knows what's about to come or what's about to happen. Okay? Because how are you benefiting if you burn down? First of all, I don't know why you burn down buildings anyway. But you burn down black-owned businesses where you know it's so hard for us black people to get a business and then to be successful, and then for you to turn around with your black ignorant ass and burn it down. Just burn it down. It's beyond me. What's going on in your world? What's going on around you? How you feel about this whole situation that's with the everything? Because I know you got stuff might be going on with you guys. And yeah, besides all this bull crap, the little spark in my life that's so besides being alive and happy, my family alive, baby, it's my 6-year anniversary today. Rome and I've been married 6 years today, June 1st. Yes, ma'am. And not only that, Rome got Employee of the Month. Yes. And not only that, he's traveling. He's traveling out of town doing the stuff with who we work for now. I'm like, I'm not crying. I'm not sad about it either. Usually I cry, but I know it's a good thing because he want to experience, that part too. So, yeah, it's amazing. And then we're going to Orlando this weekend for our anniversary. To spend some time together. So, alright. Talk to you later.